guys, it's Michelle back again. I just want to quickly show you how I do one type of paper flower that I make. I had promised Shaz that I would do this and I had forgotten, sorry, and so when we were emailing back and forth this morning, I thought, oh, I'm going to do it really quickly now before it goes into the back of my head and falls out. So this flower that I'm going to show you is really simple. I don't really think I do anything remotely clever, so please don't think that it is, but it's the same principle that I made this one and this one, and it is really the same as all the flowers here. So these ones here, although they all look slightly different, are all basically the same sort of thing. So just realised that I do need a brad to show you how to make this, and I haven't got a brad ready. Excuse me, I'll hopefully grab a brad easily. So these ones, I'll show you how I put the paper, but this is just some old book pages. They've all been coloured up in different colours of Distress Ink. Oh yes, I am in the right place. And that is Vintage Photo, Gathered Twigs and Tea Dye, I think. There. This one here is wallpaper that I got from the junk shop, and then I've coloured it in different textures with one of my new favourites, Coffee Archival ink from Ranger, and that's the permanent one, so it's not going to wash off too much. And so I've done all different, just different layers, so it gives it a bit of extra interest there. This is exactly the same thing. It's craft card, and it's just layers of craft with different patterns stamped onto it. This one exactly the same, so those are all the same there. These are slightly unfinished, but similar sort of thing. Just that's all paper from a book, just coloured in different shades. That's done in some fabric actually, so I've just chopped up some fabric and put that one in there, and they're all done with Tim Holtz Alterations Tattered Floral Dye. I really love this. If I was starting my time again and I got to buy everything over again, this is one of the things that I would absolutely definitely buy. I've used this a lot, and never ever for a minute thought that wasn't worthwhile, because I have actually made so many flowers out of it. So you can see here all these flowers have come from this dye. The other thing, just quickly before I go on to how to make the flower, remember your offcuts. Use them for stencils. Just spray your inks through, and you can grab your inks and just rub your inks into there. Use your paints, whatever, so it's really good as a stencil. And then I have also been using it, I cut it out of some thin foam, put it on some plastic packaging, and I've made stamps out of them. So they're not the flashiest stamps in town, but they don't need to be. They are, it's just another way of getting good use out of all your tools. And I didn't have enough stamps because, you know, I'm sure I don't think I ever will have, but I thought, oh, that would be really quick, easy pattern, so I cut those up as well, and they're fun. They're really good for just making a mess and playing with. So the tools that I use are my tweezers. Any tweezers will work. I use these ones because they were from my overlocker, and they're so long that they just suit my hand because I've got funny hands. I use skewer, bamboo skewer, or a toothpick, however fine you want it to be, and then I use my pokey stick to get a hole in the middle, or glue, just to glue them all together. So that's what you need for one part of it, and then we will very carefully move these flowers out of the way. Not really, they'll be on the floor. You know I'm going to drop them on the floor, don't you? I will actually do the easiest thing. There we go. They are all done, and in comes some I prepared earlier. It's just like a cooking show. So under here is the Black Series craft pad that I use. It's available in New Zealand at the French art shop. I have not found it anywhere else, and I'd quite happily buy it there. It's only $8. I get 50 sheets. I love it. I use it like people use bread. I just couldn't live without this stuff. It is only in New Zealand as far as I can tell, and so for those of you that are in the rest of the world, just any craft pad, any craft card. So this has just got a little bit of weight to it, and you can see I've chopped up lots of tattered florals, probably about 7 sheets through, so I got lots of layers. And then what I did was just stamp and colour them all up with different textures of coffee. I did do the ends of some of these with a little sponge and some coffee as well. I like to use the little sponge when I'm getting right into those little grooves. Just, I don't know why, just do. So, I only do 2 things. That's embarrassingly easy. So one thing I do is I very carefully, as you can see, smush the whole thing up. So I want all my leaves to kind of go up and just give it a bit more extra texture and layer. And then I'll just hold on to each petal, grab the end and do the twist. So just do that all the way around. I hold the bottom of the petal because I do twist quite quickly and violently, and I have ripped entire petals off. So it doesn't look very exciting, but that is actually the start. The other thing I do is, again, I will get all my petals kind of scrunched up, and then I just roll. So that creates the rolled over flower. So pretty boring to watch, I'm sure. That's why I pre-prepared some for you, so you don't have to sit and watch me do this 10 times over. But that's all I do. All I'm doing is getting that petal and tucking that over and then just rolling it down. So that, just give it a twirl. Give it a twirl, and then the other thing to do is just to grab it, just get that nice and close to you. Just thought I might do a close-up shot. So again, that's all I'm doing. Just that, quite firm, give it quite a good twist. That's my favourite because it's so easy. So that's what I do. Then I will grab, I quite like a rolly one. I just alternate darks, lights, different patterns, and I use, as you can see, a lot of layers, and I think that's what makes them look more interesting than they probably are. So that's all quite dark, so I'm going to go quite light now and just concentrate on getting a bit of lightness in there. I'm alternating so that the petals are just going to all pop up. I might actually stick a hole through there. Just do that carefully, because I'm getting quite a good weight there. And now I want to put a couple of layers of that petal in there. Maybe, do I like that one? Yes, I do. So then I've got a whole stack. I'll just grab a couple of the little ones, and I've got to tell you, the little ones, I feel that I need them in the flower, but I can never be bothered with them because they're so little, so I'm really lazy, and I just pop a hole through the middle and give them a bit of a scrunch. Like so. And I'm not going to worry about getting a brad just to show you, because, oh no, look, oh, almost. No, it's a fat brad and it's not going to do it. So then just chuck your brad all the way through all the layers. Some of these ones have been, oh, those ones have been. This one's just getting smushed on there. I quite like that, so I'm going to try and hold it. Oh, sorry, am I off camera? I've made so many layers that this brad's probably not quite fat enough. But the good thing about doing a brad is that when you've got them all down there, you can rearrange them. So if you get them all down there and you think, oh, I need more, there's a gap there, I don't like it, you can just twirl them around. But that's basically, give them a bit of scrunchies, and that's my flower. I would probably titivate that and fluff around with that a little bit more, but it's going to be quite boring to watch, so I won't do that to you. So again, just lots of layers of the paper. I use, if I'm not using a designer paper, obviously with a designer paper you get lots of textures and colours already, but if you want to go for something one of a kind, then just make your own patterns up and use your own inks and go for it and have fun. That's all there is to it. That is my super simple flower. So I think it's quite cute. It's got lots of layers in it, and lots of depth, which I quite like, and so it looks possibly better than it really is. So I hope you like that. Hope that's helpful. And I've got a couple of other different types of flowers that I make, so I will try and do those in the next few days. So take care, everybody. We're not shaking around here as much as we were, so hopefully we're on the tail end of the earthquakes, touch wood, and gave you all a shake. So take care, everyone. See you soon.